Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to do is show you something that's very weird to me, but I understand the intention behind it. It's going to be about a woman who takes her grandchild and do a DNA test to see whether or not that is actually her grandchild and whether or not that her son has been lied to and went for the okie doke, trying to raise another man's child without his knowledge. So we're going to go ahead and get into this story. You let me know what you think about it. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. 1 second, please, because I put it up on the screen.
Don't worry about that, man. Tell me, no, why did you go get a DNA test on that?
Who? What? What is you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about, man.
Down first of all,
no.
Then I'll talk to you.
No.
Okay, I will talk to you because I've been talking to you.
No. Tell me right
I did it. You know that ain't short. She don't even look like you.
Now, here's the situation right here. Now, let me ask you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very good topic. Do you think she's right for that? Imagine you have a child, a son, and then he has a woman, girlfriend, fiance, whatever. She has a child, but the child doesn't look nothing like your son. You have doubts about the child, your grandchild. You have doubts because maybe the woman that he's with has a checkered or some type of bad reputation. Do you get involved with that? Do you steal the child, so to speak, go get a DNA test behind his back just to find out the truth to tell him, or do you just mind your business?
She don't even look like you. She don't look like me. She don't look like your grandmama. Nobody.
I told you to stay out my business in the first place when you were talking about
you my baby boy, and this ain't your baby. No. Period.
Listen. I was happy with doing.
I'm not gonna take it back. I'm not gonna say sorry because I want my own grandbaby.
Now here's the thing. Now the man said he was happy. I don't know if he was happy because there's some gentlemen who don't want to know because they are so in love with the woman, almost like a beta male simp type of mentality. But if it's a choice, if it's a conscious choice for that man to stay with a woman who is a Jezebel, who are having children by other men other than him, that's his choice. As much as I disagree with that, that's his choice. Now, she has selfish reasons because she wants her own grandchild, which is understandable. And at the same time, we got to also think of the fact that this is her son, and it is natural for a woman to want to protect her child the best way she can because she loves her child. So even though the truth may hurt, does she still have the right to take this man's son and find out whether or not it was his? That's the question that's floating in the air, because I understand her motivations. I understand her intentions to do that. But was she right to do it?
I want my own grandbaby. I'm no child.
I'm not asking
that
you
ain't your child.
I'm not asking you to say
mama,
sorry.
And you want me to accept this grandbaby? No.
Listen,
I'm not gonna do this. Get that camera out my face.
I love
Get
that
camera out my face.
Why you throwing stuff?
Why you doing this?
Now, is she right for that? Now, this is the thing right here. She said openly that she's not going to accept that grandchild if you bring that grandchild around. So that child who is an innocent, no matter however it came about, is going to feel that pain, going to feel that anger, going to feel that rejection from what's supposed to be that child's grandmother. Now, I think even if the man want to be fool enough to go through with it and keep a child that's not his after he's discovered that his woman was messing around and got pregnant by another man, if he's stupid enough for that, if he's a fool enough for that, if he chooses to stay with that, that's his choice. But if he brings that child around that grandmother, I don't think the grandmother should, condemn the child. At the end of the day, it ain't the child's fault. But I wouldn't bring her around her because she's telling you don't bring her around there.
I'm not gonna do this. Get that camera out my face.
I love
that. Get that camera out my face.
Why you throwing stuff?
Why you doing this? This is not even necessary. This
to prove that my mama won't stay out my business.
It's okay. Because guess
all
what?
you gotta do is mind your business.
Guess what? I did this for us. Both of us. We cool now.
No,
this ain't your baby. I ain't got to buy Pampers. I ain't got no more pacifier because that.
So now you calling my baby.
I'm sorry,
So now you gonna call my baby.
About kids, but that ain't your baby. So stop saying that. Don't play with me. You know what?
Mom, listen,
Give me some water. Give me some water or something. You making my blood pressure go up. I don't understand this. I told you I did this for us. You my only
Ain't
son.
No us.
You my only son.
Ain't
You
no
think I'm
us.
supposed to have the babies out here that ain't ours?
First off,
These
Mom,
brothers-
I love now.
And
That's what I'm telling
the
you.
bad mother of the.
It's crazy when a man becomes such a simp that he's gonna defend the whore. If the woman's running around cheating on you, getting knocked up, and your mama actually trying to help you, I don't know where the father is in this thing. Apparently, I'm thinking he's raised by a single mother. That's why he's feminine right now, acting all like what he acts to me. But men will do that. Weak men will argue against the truth, reject the truth. Weak men, lesser men, not sigmas and alpha males. Weak beta males will do that. I'll be thankful that my mama will tell me, hey, this ain't your kid. Regardless of how much I love that woman who cheated on me, I wouldn't stay in that. I'll get the hell out of there. I'll run because she'll probably do it again, man. And once a woman realizes that you will accept her BS, it never stops from that point on because she sees you as weak.
Yeah, so what? That ain't our baby. What you think? Boy, look, I'm always gonna be in your business. You 22. You think you gonna have Doug Goose up in my house? No, that ain't our baby. I did it.
This is what I deal with.
I did it. So what? It's okay. What you want? You want some breakfast or something?
This is what I deal with.
I
don't want no breakfast. I don't want no breakfast.
I ain't got no grandkids.
I want to know why.
Look at me. I ain't got no grandkids.
I want to know why you
have to make sure.
Listen, can I talk now? Can I talk?
Yes.
Why you couldn't just let good enough be? Like, why you even just had to get in my business?
Son, I love you.
No, you don't. Because if you love me, you respect me.
Money for a grandbaby, okay? So I got to make sure.
This woman, see, here come the evil part of her, the real selfish, self-entitled part of her. She says she don't have money for a grandbaby. So she don't want to come out of pocket for a grandchild. Now, if that was his real baby, I wonder would she still have the same sentiment? Would she still feel that way? I think knowing that it is your child, your grandbaby, would be motivation enough for her to do it. I think she would do the right thing then. But I see her point of view. This is a tricky show today. This is a tricky show today to me because, like, I see where she's coming from. She totally disrespected her son. See, here's the thing is, when you have a son and he's grown, excuse me, you have to get the hell out of his life on that level. You cannot intervene the way you're doing. You cannot be intrusive. You cannot do things that, you don't have rights over your child no more because he's a grown man. She should have stayed out of it. But I do see what she's saying. If it's a fake, if it's not his baby, it's a tricky episode today.
No, you don't. Because if you love me, you respect me.
Money for a grandbaby, okay? So I got to make sure. DNA, she said, girl, I got you.
So, no, hold up.
I did that because that baby ain't got your nose. That baby ain't got my Chinese eyes. That baby don't look
like
us.
You bought some pimples and some onesies now, and now you do something.
But I babysit. And you know, I ain't got time for that. Look at me. Look at me. Boy, bad, okay? I done missed 3 days.
So you messed my life up because you don't want to be a grandma.
2 days out of grown
So you telling the world that you messed my life up because you don't want to be a grandma?
I want to be a grandmother. Just give me about 3, 4, 7 more years. And don't give it, I don't want no.
See, that's something I don't like. I don't like that. I hear that a lot with a whole lot of Black American women. Why are y'all so ashamed of being called a grandmother? If you tell a young woman who has a child, who has another child, she'll say, don't call me grandmother. I'm not old. Don't call me a grandma. What is wrong with you? There was a time when being called a grandmother was a thing of reverence. That was being called grandma, grandmother, nana, whatever term of endearment that you had for her, for a grandparent, was an honorable thing. With that title, grandmother or grandparent, with that title came honor and respect. Now, people run from it because they don't see it as something that is honorable. They see it as something that's making them old. Our women, that's the problem. Our women do not want to grow up. They don't want to be mature. They don't want to age. This is why you got older women dressing like 14-year-old women, girls. You got older women in her 30s trying to dress like a 19-year-old thought. trying to talk like them, use the same slang. 45-year-old woman talking about some turn up. A 56-year-old woman talking about YOLO. Trying to keep the youth with you. You can't stay young forever. You get old. Deal with it. And be appreciative of the fact that you get to live. There's a lot of people died in their 20s, in their teens. There's some children that didn't make it to the teens. And here it is, you complaining about getting old when they wish they could have got old. I had a cousin years back die of cancer in the hospital, a rare form of cancer, teenage girl. Didn't want to leave, didn't want to kick the bucket, didn't want to die. Would have gave everything to be here today. Would have traded places with these women who are complaining about getting old. She would trade her life for that life in a heartbeat if she could still be here because she didn't want to die. And you're getting mad about the fact that you're a grandmother or a grandparent, and you getting upset because someone calls you old. You getting mad because you got gray hair, put your Beijing on, cover up the gray in your hair. When there's people who wish they could have got one strand of gray hair, who could have lived to be 40, 50, 60 years old, and here you are complaining about that? Don't want to ever grow up? What is wrong with you?
Because you don't want to be a grandma?
I want to be a grandmama. Just give me about 3, 4, 7 more years. And don't give it, I don't want no grandma.
Sounds like a bunch of BS to me what they got going on in that family. They all need therapy because from what I can tell, she ain't never getting out that boy life. He gonna be dealing with that for quite some time, especially that if that child come out, I mean the child is out already. Now that she know that ain't his child, and she knows that he knows that that's not his child, you're gonna see all types of different behavior from that woman towards that kid and the baby mama. It's crazy.